Hi everyone, Nick here. Today we're off to the city that welcomed us all. It's time to say well done to Baku and the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Now this was round 4 of the Serious Racing League, and after my DNF and failure to score any points in the previous race, I wanted to try and get on track again, and with it being Baku and its walls of death, corners of death, castles of death, I mean you name it, it will try and kill you around here. Fortunately, Codemasters haven't tried to model the surprise manhole cover attacking you in this, which is good because I need all the help I can get. Into practice, and Baku wouldn't be Baku without some first and second corner shambles, and this was no exception.
Like, Monty just killed someone and I had to brake because of that, and now I'm lost. And
I gave Coulthard a lesson in 100% legal defence.
yeah, I've done that. There's no way Coulthard's getting through here, by the way.
Go.
Yes. Elite defence.
There was time for the obligatory crash at the castle.
That is the wall. I've declared it. Or realistically more. Give it to them.
You know, I said earlier about the turn 1 and 2 shambles at Baku. Well, who knew it would be much worse in full wet conditions?
I literally cannot see anything. Where's the corner? Frankie's already facing the wrong way. That's one thing. I could really do it it's not being a wet race. Oh god, where do you break down here? It's 150. And Morgan joined him.
The rest of the track wasn't really much better, and I got to bust out the little seen 7-point turn.
In the wet? Surely. That's fine. Just kill me. Just kill me. I'll just let everyone go past. Why am I going into reverse? See if I don't turn me out. Oh no, he didn't even get me. 15-point turn coming here. Still better than that F2 guy. Yes.
At least that did give me the chance to have a go at the impossible to exit in the wet pit lane.
Oh my god. I was doing it braking for the moment I came out the pits and still make the
Alright, here we go. Already on the brakes. Going left. Already on the brakes. Already on the brakes. Already on the brakes.
That's ridiculous.
Have not made the corner.
I can't get any further out of the pits. I think there's no corner.
Sorry. I'm actually joking there. Yeah.
And we had the battle of the century between Chiz, Tony and Sonny.
Sonny is actually battling with him now.
Well, done yet.
Go on, Sonny, up the inside, up the inside. Sonny has overtaken Chiz there. And go on, Sonny. I'm doing the lottery.
But he's still alive.
Oh, come on. Someone properly went up in the air there
Yeah.
Someone went airborne.
Still alive. Power, no?
Moving into qualifying then, and that somewhat shambolic practice session gave me no confidence whatsoever that I had any pace or that I was going to be able to survive here. My first lap didn't really do too much to help that with a 40.604, third of a time but not particularly competitive. My second lap though was a little bit better. Really hard to pick the braking point for turn 1, about 120 metres. Try and take a little bit of curb but not too much, get on the throttle nice and early. Now turn 2, very key, always a little bit later than you think, turning nice and late. Power down, get down the straight as quickly as possible. And I'm fractionally, like thousandths, down on my previous best, so nothing too much to worry about. Turn 3, we get turned nicely, get on the throttle really well, made up a tenth. Through turn 4, again we've done the same there, we've got it nice and smooth, no lockups, job done. Get in here, up against the wall, nice, now turn right, back through there. Always slower through there than you think it's going to be, you have to slow down enough to actually get the turn in. Cut that as much as possible, now the dreaded castle. Not too bad, dicing with death but not skimming the barriers or doing anything silly, and we're 8 tenths up on my previous best, so this is good. And only 2 real corners left to go here, so the double left down the hill, no problem there. Here's a tricky corner, you really don't want to touch the curb on the inside there, otherwise it'll unsettle your car. And then this corner is key, get it turned in, miss the apex slightly but it doesn't matter too much, and I've got on the throttle nice and early. Try not to put it in the wall on the left hand side here. We do manage to do that, although it did feel a little bit slidey, and now it's just power down the straight. We're 7.5 tenths up on our previous best. This is going to be a decent lap, and we're going to cross the line and do a 1:39.824, which at the time was good enough for 4th on the grid. My final lap was fractionally up coming through sector 1, but a ropey castle sector just didn't help matters, and it's so hard to make up time after this section because there's only really 2 corners of actual note, so that was my lap done. Although at the time I was 4th, I ended up 6th on the grid, which I'd take any day of the week round here. So, race, and the dreaded turns 1 and 2. Fingers crossed please.
Sorry.
It's lagging really bad.
It was that or the back of you. At least no one's got any damage that way, I think.
So somehow I'd managed to escape with no damage from that collision in turn 2. Completely my fault, I missed my braking point, too busy focusing on the cars in front and not focusing on where I'm actually supposed to brake. I do think I did quite well though to, rather than just plough into the back of the car in front, to take avoiding action and go up the inside. And although it turns out that Hags did get a teensy weensy bit of wing damage, it could have been so much worse. I mean, that could have been me ploughing into the back of someone and blocking the entire road kind of nonsense. So, lap 1 successfully negotiated. Spoilers, I'm not going to crash in the next couple of corners. And I was quite happy because it meant I hadn't binned it. And as I was trying to do a one-stop strategy, I knew that if I could just keep it together, keep my front wing in one piece, and not do anything silly, then there's a good chance that the cars in front would. I didn't have the pace to take the top 5, but maybe I could have the consistency. Speaking of which,
Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS
Magic.
That was me up into 4th place, and while Hags behind didn't waste any time getting past me,
Sorry, Al. Hags is not pitting. Okay.
that didn't bother me too much though, as unless he put it into the wall about 5 times, realistically I wasn't racing Hags. On lap 4 we had a technical malfunction.
Is that my DRS broken? Don't be stuck open.
There's a fault with the rear wing system. Stay out, we can work on a fix remotely.
That's the second fucking race in a row that I've had broken DRS. Ooh, and I'm really spun.
Proof, if proof were needed, that you have to concentrate on every single corner around here. I then started to make some forward progress. Hags pitted, so that put me up into 4th place, and Frankie crashed, which put me up into 3rd place. A podium! I of course still had my mandatory pit stop to come, and wasn't really sure when to stop. I hung it out till lap 6, but towards the end it did start to feel a little bit wobbly.
Oh, that was close.
So I pitted. Slightly closer on the entrance than I'd like though.
Right, top 2 of the Cheever's gone on to hards. Cheers, Coulthard. So have I.
Indeed I had, which meant I was going to the end and doing 20 laps on hard tyres. And although I did lose 3 places in the pits there, I knew that the 3 cars that had overtaken me all had to stop again, which meant that, scarily, it was looking like I might legitimately be on for a podium here. Unfortunately my pace on the hards wasn't great, so I was looking back, not forward.
Don't do anything silly, Kev. Please do not do anything silly. That's...
Try to stay with him, you might make a mistake. You could still regain the
Stop
position.
trying to change fucking colours.
Tidy move from Kev there. I already had Tony right on my gearbox though, so it was pretty inevitable that I was going to be losing another place pretty soon, and lo and behold, at the end of the lap, I did.
Let's go fast. You're welcome.
So now we were down to 8th, but again, not too concerned because the 2 cars that just passed me had to stop. So, still looking at a potential podium. And then the pit stop started working for me. I first got Blarg to move up to 7th. I then got Hong to move up to 6th. Next was Tony to move up to 5th. And by the end of lap 17, Kev and Hags had pitted, which meant I had got back up to 3rd position, back to that coveted podium spot. But of course, I then instantly bottled it.
Oh no!
Nick.
Oh, come on. I just braked so casually. Fuck. He was behind me before. Fuck's sake. Yeah, no damage. Just, I went in, just like half brakes and just never gonna stop. It's really fucking dumb. I was too busy thinking about who pitted.
You get P4. Don't you catch me past me here.
Fuck. Alright. We good.
My tyre was already all 44%.
It's slow, come on. Don't spin. Come on. Alright, come on. Calm down.
So that was annoying, and it took me a couple of laps to regain my composure. Unfortunately for me, in that time I lost another place.
Right, pitted.
Yeah, it's fairly recent then. Maybe you're damaged. Where are you going, Kev? Okay.
Okay, we lost the position. That's us down a place.
We got it just before you. If you hadn't done that, then
So that saw us go down to 8th place. Unfortunately for me, Hom was just over 6 seconds behind me, and with 7 laps left and him catching me at around a second a lap, well, you do the maths.
This is your final lap of the race.
So not even overtake mode and rich fuel could save me there. And unfortunately I now had Stefano behind me, who was on soft tyres and had set the fastest lap of a race. Could I hold him off on 20 lap old hard tyres?
Okay, well, either he hit me, which I think he did, because I got a massive wobble on the rear end and then suddenly he was past me.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
No. Oh, fuck me. My tyres are now officially dead.
Yellow flag. Someone's
There's
gone
almost taking the
through.
curve
There's a
like
yellow
that.
flag ahead.
Was it good?
Yes! Fuck you, Kev.
The track is
I've got
clear.
DRS as well.
Tyres must have
Fucking
been
love
really
it.
bad.
Whee! That was the hardest I've ever worked for a 7th place. Fuck me.
So there we go. On the face of it, it's not the most exciting race, starting 6th and finishing 7th, but round a track like Baku, to manage to not actually even get any damage and only to make 1, well 2 if you count turn 2, mistakes, I mean I'll take that, but it completely knackered me, just the focus, having to concentrate on almost literally every single corner. I mean, I'm pleased with the result and how I did, but I'm very glad we're not doing that race again anytime soon. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, then don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't already subscribed yet, then you know what to do. And let me know in the comments how you're getting on. Have you started any league races this season? Thinking about doing something like that? Let me know how you're getting on. Always good to hear from you and how you're getting on with F1 2019. But until the next time and the next video, goodbye.